it's your boy Lieutenant Dan here with another Falcons film breakdown. And today we're going to be doing kind of a compilation video of a couple little things. First of all, some of Matt Ryan's throws, some of the play design by Steve Sarkisian, some of the guys that caught some touchdowns. We're going to highlight them. And we're going to be also looking at what the Buccaneers defense did wrong and did right. I'm not going to focus on too many of the negatives for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to focus on more of the positives here, just because I've had plenty of negativity on boards and social media and all that, talking about Devontae Freeman getting hurt and being put on IR, but that's another discussion for another day. Today, we're just going to focus on this one particular play, and then I'll put on another play and another play and another play so that you guys can kind of just take a look at each individual play, even though the thumbnail is going to have Matt Ryan on the front. So that, with that being said, I quickly want to state, you guys shape this channel. So to shape this channel is to subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button, go into the comments and comment about the plays and about the videos. Tell me what I did right, tell me what I did wrong, tell me what you liked about the play or what you would have changed or done. And also, at the same time, if it's any more important that you did all the things that I just said there, please go share this content to your Falcons groups, or your Falcons websites, or social media platforms. If you enjoyed this enough that you want to share it with everyone else, I would really appreciate that. It will help us try to get to 5,000 subs at the end of this year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this play. I'm going to run it a couple of times because I want you guys to see Julio Jones at the bottom of the screen, Tevin Coleman in the back here, Austin Hooper on the right-hand side over Ryan Schrader, or off to the side of Ryan Schrader. You have Mohamed Sanu in the slot, and you have Calvin Ridley on the very edge there. Calvin Ridley's going to come across the play here, and Tevin Coleman's going to get the first play action. And this is the most deadly part of Sarkisian understanding the strengths of his players, especially Matt Ryan, is one of the biggest things that makes Matt Ryan what he is play action, deception. And when we do this deceptive part of this play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Buccaneers right now are inside here trying to get to Matt Ryan or cover Matt Ryan. And then you have 4 guys covering Julio Jones because of watch. I'm gonna keep going with this play, but double play action. One's a play action reverse, and Calvin Ridley is going to pull one guy with him, so that opens the pocket. It's clean, and Tevin Coleman's going to go to the outside over here and is going to be completely wide open. As Matt Ryan cocks his arm back, look at Julio Jones, who is at the very top of the screen here. He's in red, a little pixelated, sorry for that. And look how many Buccaneers are around him. 1, 2, 3, 4 Bucs are around Julio Jones. And this is the reason why Julio Jones has not been getting a lot of touchdowns, is because you're seeing a lot of double and triple coverage on Julio Jones. Even though Julio Jones goes off in this game, doesn't get a touchdown, but goes off in this game, you're seeing teams be incredibly cautious about Julio Jones. It's just when a veteran is going down the field and he's a big threat, you're wanting to put a lot of guys down there. This is great because Mohamed Sanu gets to cut across the field here, almost on a slant type route, and open up space almost 20 yards down the field. And watch this laser that Matt Ryan throws. Zip. And everything else after that is Mohamed Sanu. Everything else after that is Mohamed Sanu. Double reverse. Tevin Coleman, by the way, if Matt Ryan saw that there was any coverage whatsoever, if one of those safeties or one of those corners had instead let Julio Jones go and dipped down, Matt Ryan could have easily turned to his right-hand side and seen Tevin Coleman completely open and been like, oh, there's 30 yards. Like, that's how well this play made the Buccaneers bite so badly on the deep throw to Julio and to Calvin Ridley in the flat there. The double play action really worked well for what Matt Ryan is capable of doing, which is give me a clean pocket, give me some deception, and let me go surgically take somebody down the field and cut them up. And this is exactly what happens. Now, the play could have ended somewhere around here. It could have. It could have ended somewhere around here. Maybe even ended right there if a proper tackle is made. But let's look at it from the other angle. So we're going to take a look at it from this angle here, and the Buccaneers coming here with 6 in the box. They're playing one guy standing up on the left-hand side here, so it's nickel defense, basically. You basically got a nickel defense out there. And I think that's even Vita Vea in the middle here, which was, you know, one of my biggest videos that I had ever done. And I tried to actually get him on the show, but never mind that. But here comes the Buccaneers. And Vita Vea gets absolutely destroyed by Wes Schweitzer. Is that crazy to say that Wes Schweitzer takes Vita Vea and just throws this little rookie down to the ground? Anywho, first play action gets most of the linebackers and defensive line to bite to one side. And then the Calvin Ridley going out in the slot gets the other linebacker to bite. So once the interior of the defense in Vita Vea is knocked to the ground, and Austin Hooper is doing an amazing job holding his guy, that's a clean pocket for Matt Ryan. So now Matt Ryan just, whoop, lasers that right where it needs to be and able to get Mohamed Sanu into the end zone. Let's take a look at it one more time. Austin Hooper coming across the formation and getting this block is a huge part of it. But the biggest part is that interior part of the line that the Buccaneers need a guy like Vita Vea to anchor and keep Matt Ryan condensed, just gets smashed. And then the second reverse will push the rest of the line around. So now you've got a clean pocket, even though you've stepped back about, I want to say about 10 yards or so. And so now Matt can just kind of cock back and look. Is the deep option open for Julio? No, because they've got 4 guys back there. So is the underneath route or the intermediate route open for me to throw to Mohamed Sanu? Yeah, because his guy is about 5 yards away from him and it's trailing. So hit Mohamed Sanu down the middle of the field and get him in for a touchdown. Again, there is one other thing that I want to say is that Tevin Coleman does a really great job of getting around. So if this play over here had been properly covered down the field, 36 was where he needed to be, or there was a safety over top and it was too tight of a window, Matt did have time to turn around and take a look. But since he had already made up his mind because he was reading so fast in real time, it's read so quickly, Julio Jones sprinting down the middle of the field and taking pretty much the entire defense with him. And then Mohamed Sanu being one-on-one with only one guy behind him 5 yards away at this point. Then you sling that ball. It's already pretty much right to Mohamed Sanu at that point, and he can run it right into the end zone for a touchdown. It shows you the little key factors in how the Falcons can improve and what kind of stuff they've been cooking. And that's important. That's an incredibly important part of it, is that when you're able to deceive teams with your play action, when you're able to deceive teams, and again, I'm not saying that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are world beaters and that this play is not going to, is going to affect another team that's much more defensively sound. But I am saying that NFL caliber defensive players playing against the Atlanta Falcons should know that play action is a huge part of it, and that there should be more zone against Matt Ryan. And in this case, the Atlanta Falcons had Mohamed Sanu just burn him down the field. And again, this speaks to Julio Jones, even though he's not catching touchdowns, is drawing guys to him. And that will make a huge point of impact towards the end of the season when Julio Jones might not see that type of coverage, because all the tape will show that because of Julio Jones, teams need to be more diligent about being man-to-man or zone against the other players on this team, because they're putting too much emphasis on Julio, and maybe that opens up Julio Jones to a one-on-one or a double coverage that Julio Jones can win, especially if he's going across the middle of the field. My name's Lieutenant Dan. This was a Falcons film breakdown, just a quick one for you guys to enjoy, and I hope that you had some fun. Hit me up, UNGR _show on Twitter and on Instagram, and definitely go check out the Patreon if you enjoyed this video enough that you'd like to drop $1 a month into the Patreon. Peace, hair grease, and rise up. Stay grounded.